need to have the members into select to be able to do the private chat. So when you lose that ability, you lose the private chat with it. So it's just an unfortunate trade-off because of the name changing stuff. Okay, so let's do a recap on the trades on Friday. The Aussie dollar we took as a trendline break early in the session. It didn't really, well, it retested our trendline twice. Now, unfortunately, there was a news item that stopped me out, and then went on to, it continued on to merry way, and you would have been in profit. So I got stopped out of that for 30 pips. So that was unfortunate with that. You can see that big spike there on the Aussie. Mr. Squiggle. Yeah, this candle here, that was just a big rally and took me out for 30 pips. The NZ yen, we also entered a similar setup. It bounced off the trend line. It took its time here, and it slowly went down. Now, this was an interesting setup. This is fairly rare, but as in staying in the trade, it set up a double bottom at the market close Saturday morning, but there was no divergence. Measurable divergence. I mean, if you went to the extremes on the stochastic, I mean, I can't even get the difference between the peaks. So I just left the trade. And this morning, it fell down to the target and limited out on T2. So that was a 2-lot trade. So the first one was 35 and the second one was 90, which is about 62 pips total. Not 90 that it went for unless you held in there for one lot. Okay, but you still would have got profit out of that, Dennis. When the market closed, you still would have. I actually did the same thing. I've got one account with GPT and one account, or a couple of accounts normal, and my GPT account closed out for hold on, let's see exactly. Actually, what we might do, Dennis, I might come back to that. I just don't want to miss these other trades. Let's just go through, and then we can come back and have a look at how to attack it with a GPT account. It's a little different, isn't it? Oh, actually, second lot took me out of break even. How'd that happen, Daniel? Oh, I guess it depends where you got in. No, it shouldn't have got you out of break even. It was 20 pips away, at least. Then there was the CAD yen, which was a nice trade. That was a straight out break of a bearish pennant. Big spike, Daniel. I didn't get that on Axie either. It's bizarre. So the CAD yen was a limit out for 75. Entry was here. You could have entered on a smaller time frame, but the 60-minute was fairly obvious, fairly plain. That should have given you some good profits for your GPT account. These ones finished me off above the target result for the week on GPT, which was nice. Because I wasn't quite there with it, and then these Friday trades put me over the edge into the positive territory. So that was a limit out for 75 pips on that CAD yen. Then there was the pound dollar, which hit T1. It worked on a 15, 30 or a 60-minute chart, the entry on the pound dollar. And I took out T1 at 50 pips, and then it stopped me out of break even on the second lot. It obviously would have kept going. You probably would have exited anyway on the Saturday morning, because there's usually divergence there, and there was after the fact. That was that news that rallied anyway, so I'd say most people would have been taken out of that setup because of news, or people bailed out. Did anyone get in and bail out down here while there was profit before the news came out? Or there's another option there, wasn't there? If you didn't get in here, there was a perfect retest here for the almost identical entry. Either way, I didn't get maximum pips, but it's still 25 per lot. It adds up. And then the pound Swissy was interesting. It hit the target to the pip. See it here. Hit our target. But from the trade the day before, I actually stayed in on my GPT account from this original setup, which was a 180 pip target, and then I entered the second one on Friday, so I cashed in on both of them, on that one and that one. That one was a little bit brave because there was divergence. I'm not going to record that one, of course. That was a partial one from the day before, but I just thought that the nature of the high time frame charts just looked like this thing wanted to keep spilling over, so I just stayed in the trade. But pound Swissy was a nice, clean, easy breakout. Went sideways for a little bit, and then fell straight to the target. So that was 124 on one lot. So all up for the night. It was for a Friday night. It was very good. We ended up 256 pips for the night, which is a fantastic result for a Friday, considering the market, the time of year and everything. You can't get much better than that. Wow, that's awesome, Jeff. 80, 70, 140, 200, 180, 180, 190 odd net. Beautiful. So you waited for that pound dollar retest. The mouse and draw. Excellent. See, it works, doesn't it? That's a big night. That's a huge night.